His name was Daniel Carter. He was 38 years old, a widower, and a father to a 9-year-old daughter named Lily. 2 years earlier, Daniel had lost his wife Emma in a car accident just days before Christmas. Since then, the season that once brought him joy became a reminder of everything he had lost. This was the first year he forced himself to come to the town celebration, not because he wanted to, but because Lily begged him. She missed the lights, the music, and the feeling of normalcy. Lily held Daniel's hand tightly as they walked through the crowd. She wore a green coat that Emma had bought her years ago, and every time Daniel looked at it, his chest tightened. Lily tried to be cheerful, pointing at decorations and asking for cocoa, but Daniel could tell she was hiding her own sadness. She missed her mother more than she ever said out loud. Nearby, another family was struggling in a very different way. Sarah Mitchell, a single mother in her early 30s, stood beside her 6-year-old son Noah. Sarah worked 2 jobs to survive, and Christmas had been especially hard that year. She barely managed to afford a small gift for Noah, and the fear of disappointing him weighed heavily on her heart. Noah, however, smiled brightly, unaware of the sacrifices his mother made every day. As the town mayor stepped onto the stage to begin the celebration, the crowd grew quiet. Christmas music filled the air, and the tree lights shimmered brighter. For a moment it felt magical. Then suddenly, something unexpected happened. The power went out. The lights vanished. The music stopped. Gasps spread through the crowd as darkness swallowed the square. Children cried, adults murmured nervously, and confusion took over what was meant to be a perfect night. Snow continued to fall, but now it felt colder, heavier. Daniel instinctively pulled Lily close. Sarah wrapped her arms around Noah. People began to panic, wondering if the event was over, if they should go home. But then in the silence, a single voice began to sing. It was an elderly woman named Margaret, known around town as the Christmas Grandma. Her voice was shaky but warm as she softly sang Silent Night. One by one others joined in. The darkness no longer felt frightening. It felt intimate. Someone lit a candle. Then another. Soon hundreds of small flames glowed in the night, lighting faces with hope instead of fear. Daniel felt something stir in his heart for the first time in years. Lily looked up at him and smiled, her eyes shining. That's when something truly unbelievable happened. Noah slipped from Sarah's side and walked toward the center of the crowd. He stood near the tree, holding his small candle, and began to speak loudly, his voice innocent but powerful. He said he wished for Christmas lights to come back. Not for presents, but so everyone could feel happy again. His words touched everyone listening. At that exact moment the lights came back on. The Christmas tree lit up brighter than ever before. The crowd erupted into applause, laughter, and tears. Some called it coincidence. Others called it a miracle. But everyone felt something deeper than joy. They felt connected. Daniel looked around and realized he wasn't alone in his pain. Sarah realized she wasn't failing as a mother. Margaret smiled, knowing the spirit of Christmas was still alive. And Lily hugged her father tightly, whispering that Mommy would have loved this moment. After the celebration, Daniel noticed Sarah struggling to calm Noah, who had dropped his candle and started crying. Without thinking, Daniel knelt down, fixed the candle, and made Noah laugh. Sarah thanked him, and for the first time in years, Daniel felt comfortable talking to someone new. Over the next few weeks, they ran into each other again and again at the grocery store, the school, the park. Slowly, friendships formed. Healing began. Not just for Daniel but for Sarah, Lily, and Noah too. That Christmas night reminded the entire town that miracles don't always come wrapped in ribbons. Sometimes they come through strangers, shared songs, and small acts of courage. Sometimes the unbelievable happens not because of magic, but because people choose kindness over fear. And years later, when Daniel looked back at that Christmas, he didn't remember the darkness anymore. He remembered the candles, the voices, the moment his heart opened again.